Right, there's many different ways to get creative with your photography. So this video is all about some creative photography ideas. Let's take a quick look. So to start off with traditional photography ideas, one real creative way of getting out there with your camera is using intentional camera movement. So as you can see by these samples through Google search engines, that there are many different approaches. You can either rotate your camera in a circle using a somewhat slower shutter speed as you take the picture. You can also tilt your camera up and down. You can zoom a lens in and out. And then afterwards, you would still want to double check your exposure and possibly boost saturation, do something else to create a more creative aspect and unique photo. So if you're into abstract photography, this might be a great opportunity for you. In addition, you can use flash and flash gels to create quite a different concept on an image. First off, one thing that you would probably want to do is really combine light. So what makes a less exciting light is a flash gel where it's just that color of the gel. Everything is just that one color. Whereas as you see these examples from Google show multiple colors of light. It does not have to be multiple flash units. One can be the background light, and you could change your white balance. For instance, the larger image I have on the screen here, the blue background, if you changed your white balance to tungsten, you would get a bluer background. And then if you have a red gel on the flash that's illuminating your foreground, you would have a two-toned picture. So there's several different opportunities. If you don't actually own a gel, there are many ways to create colored light, even different colors of material you could shoot through. You can also purchase Mylar or some other things like that at a local hobby store that would act as gels as well. So probably want to avoid a full one-tone color if you're going to use gels. Go ahead and try to make it more of a two-tone color, adding more depth and perspective to the image. And another opportunity is to play with black and white. If you have not traditionally been a black and white photographer, you can certainly experiment with that. And I encourage looking at your camera. Many cameras have a setting to just set the scene up in black and white. So you can start seeing in black and white. It helps to train your eye on how textures and patterns might appear, as well as different forms of contrast based on different tonal values. So feel free to switch that camera, do some shooting in black and white. You can also do conversions in black and white after the fact. So since I love to recommend Lightroom, I would highly recommend using some of the Lightroom options for black and white. And some of those examples would be using the camera profiles in the develop module. So as long as you are shooting in RAW, then you can go ahead and open up the Adobe profiles here. There's a bunch that are in black and white. These do not affect your sliders after you go ahead and make a choice. So you can look through several different ones here, and you can just hover over and you'll see the changes that they'll make in your image. So it's a great starting point. And once you select one, you can go back to your traditional develop sliders and make additional changes. You can also use presets. So while in the develop module, on the far left-hand side is a tab that's called presets. And there are several presets that come as a default in Lightroom. But what many people don't realize is that you can install other presets. And so I like to go through first some of the ones that are come standard. And these will change your sliders on the right-hand side. So it's a great learning tool as to how the designer created this preset. And so you can start with one, but you can also install other presets. So as you see down below, I have several additional folders of installed presets that I've acquired through the years. And you can see some of them are labeled free presets. So you can do several different searches online and find different presets that are free. Adobe Creative Cloud even has some available to you as well. And then you just download them. So here's an example on a Google search of some free Lightroom presets. And of course, this goes a step beyond black and white. Many of these are color as well. So you have multiple different options that you can download. Once you do, and they obviously have some for sale as well. Once you do download them onto your computer, it's so simple to install. From the Presets tab, if you select the little plus symbol to the right and choose Import Preset, and then find the location on your hard drive as to where the preset is located, and you can actually highlight and select several at one time. Once you hit import, they will show up in your presets folder. In my case, they were listed by name. It's alphabetic based on the folder that they came out of, so it just brought them in, and then when I hover over, it will make changes to my image. So get out there and get creative with your photography and have some fun.